That was probably the first time I had a
real retro nasal.
Yeah.
yeah. And that's the thing, like Mezcal. I think Mezcal has the best retro nasal experience of any drink I've ever had.
Do you do that with everything?
I do. By far. It's not even close.
That's cool.
It's not even close. Like
everyone's got to try that.
You have to drink Mezcal.
Try that retro nasal, guys.
For the just the retro nasal is worth it. Because, like, I mean, wine, cognac, coffee, like everything. I do retro nasal with everything. Nothing compares to this. And it's like, it's so good. Welcome to episode 28 of the Sultan of Slow Drip. I'm your host, the Sultan of Slow Drip, joined by Victor this time.
Hey.
How did it feel to be behind the camera again exclusively for an episode?
It felt good. Hey, how was that chemistry between you and Adam? It was good.
I think it was great. We got a huge reception on the episode.
Right. Hope to see more.
It's been doing really well on Instagram. So.
And just the people that we rubbed shoulders with later that day about cognac and things like that. Yes. That's a whole nother world that we'd love to explore as well. For real. Right?
That was an awesome space. His wine storage facility.
Who would have thought something as simple as cold storage can lead to people like that?
Now I'm trying to get in there. I need some cold storage. I want to start popping bottles there, and just because like it turned into a party, just kind of just chilling.
Yeah.
I got super wasted when I was home. I was like,
did we make it home?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, in that vein though, I got my Mezcal subscription from Adam the other day, and if you guys didn't know, I subscribe to a Mezcal club that Adam from Off Premise runs, where every month we get 4 different Mezcal from him, and they're usually really, really good.
Okay.
These are all Cinco Sentidos. And
that's the brand.
Yes, that's the brand. And I don't like to talk too much about price, but like that's the one indicator that people kind of know. They're like, oh, if it costs this much, then I can expect this kind of thing. So all of these are at a minimum $120 a bottle.
For how big of a bottle?
Oh man, it's like it's like a normal size.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like they might be 500 millis actually. Okay. So
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not a. I don't think it's a 750.
So it's like a special occasion type.
Yeah, it's a special
Mezcal.
Occasion, or if you're a baller, then.
Or if you're a baller, if you got it, spend it.
If you got it, spend it. But yeah, these are all like really just high end mezcal, different varietals of agave, and different producers. I mean, they actually put the mezcalero, the guy who makes the mezcal, like on the label.
Good for them.
Yeah, like all of them. That's just a thing that they do. That's really
give
cool.
Credit where credit is due.
Yeah, and that's like I guess he's got that like extra little like. Salt Bay, like
so
razzle dazzle.
Usually it's just the brand, and they just forget about who did the hard work, the hard labor.
Well, some of these things are like super limited in their release.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took some notes, like some just very very brief notes that I want to put on my phone because I want to make sure that I like said this stuff correctly and just like didn't miss any points. But like there's a weird thing that happens with me. So I speak Japanese, and whenever I start to get into a Spanish speaking situation, I just automatically start speaking Japanese.
What?
Because I studied like a little bit of Spanish in high school, and the posturing that you make with your mouth in Spanish and Japanese are identical.
Wow.
So like the mode of getting your face like prepared to speak.
Did it help you learn Japanese?
Nah, not at all. I mean, maybe it helped me like say some words like properly, but Japanese is like very easy to speak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The sounds are all very like.
Doesn't seem like it, but that's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean it's like I studied Mandarin, and Mandarin is like harder to speak.
Okay, wow.
But kind of maybe easier to read.
Which one, I don't know if you've been to China, but like which one would be easier to travel around? Which country would be easier to travel around with minimal knowledge of that language? I
would have to just automatically say that if you're in the cities, probably China.
Yeah, like which one speaks more English, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's more English in China. Okay. Having never been.
Yeah.
But there is like so little English in Japan.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Korea, I met English speakers all over the place. Like just asking a random person for directions, they would just speak English to you.
Right.
It was like very common.
And if you don't know, if you don't have a tour guide, it's like you got to know that language.
And I tried to like learn a little bit of Korean, like just like little things how to get around. Surprisingly similar to Japanese. Very similar.
Okay.
I think they're related. They say Japan's not related to any language, but I think that's not true at all because nothing is an island, even though Japan's an island. And Japan and Korea used to be physically attached to each other in the past when the sea level was lower. So, and even my wife's hometown, for example, it's you can take a ferry from her hometown to Busan, Korea, super close. Her local dialect sounds really like Korean.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, really. So, but yeah, no, I would say probably China, honestly,
okay.
in terms of English. Like Japan, very, very little English.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's great for immersion though, because you can't crutch. Right. You just have to speak Japanese.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was great for like learning to speak. So, yeah.
One day I'll go. Please
do, and let me know. All right. So we're gonna open this first bottle here. So this is a blend of espadín, which is a type of agave, and tobaziche, which is also another type. So the espadín is the most common like varietal used to make mezcal, and it's like that kind of peacocky looking, like really fanned out, wide looking plant.
Okay.
Whereas tobaziche is more like cylindrical.
Okay.
It's more like cactus shrubby looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of being fanned out like a peacock. And one of the interesting things about this particular batch is there are only 90 bottles of this one.
Wow.
Out there. It's like super limited release.
Wow.
Yeah, they only produce 71 liters of it. So
cheers.
Cheers, yeah. So first thing I like to do, just give it a little sniff.
And how much of the espadín do you smell from this?
Well,
I've never smelled espadín in general. Kind of like hops from beer. Like I've smelled hop, and that's very potent, right?
So yeah, so espadín, from what I can tell, and I'm not like the mezcal man. Like Adam's gonna watch my episode.
We miss you, Adam.
And he's gonna pull his hair out like he does in every episode. He texts me like 1 a.m. like, Justin, I just watched your episode. I need to let you know that like, you were pouring it wrong. Or,
cider.
Yeah, cider. So because mezcal has like tons of layering.
Okay. And
the espadín, as far as I can tell, is more so like that thing that smells like Patron, where it's got that kind of zippy, sharp, like just tequila smell.
As like right now, I'm like, I just smell tequila.
Okay, where it's like, it's almost like minerally, like it's like
chemical.
It's like lime.
Oh,
like the fruit lime with also limestone.
The zest with the yeah, minerally
like that. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. So that is the espadín kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then
is smoky too simple?
Smoky is not. I mean, smoky is a characteristic for sure. A lot of people give to mezcal, just by the nature of its processing. It kind of like tends to have some smoke on it. It tends to, depending on which mezcal, it can smell like cologne even, like very like just fragrant and explosive, and just kind of fill your whole head up. Mm-hmm. So first thing we get in here, smell. Are you getting anything other than just like the tequila kind of like generic smell? Because
I'm getting that lime actually.
Yeah, I'm getting a ton of lime. You can actually smell like the fruit of the agave quite a bit.
What does that taste like? The fruit of the agave.
Well, I've never tasted just like pure agave straight up, but what I mean more so is like the fruit that
pulpy or
like. So you know how when we were tasting the cognac, you could smell the grapes.
Yeah.
Like it was like that. Like you could smell the grapes. Like you can smell that fruitiness. It's got this juicy kind of.
Isn't that amazing? It's like the deeper down these spirits you go, it becomes more pure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's a big thing that is, at least Adam was
less
telling me,
additives,
like,
right?
Yeah, like wanting to smell the actual fruit, taste the actual fruit, as opposed to like barrel, because barrel aging became such a big thing for everything that you just add barrel flavor to it, but you end up covering. Barrel is like almost like the roast.
Sure.
Of the spirits world.
Okay.
In terms of coffee.
That's a cool way to put it.
Yeah, because roast just like covers up what's there to an extent. You need some roast in order to actually develop the flavors, but to the point that you get that smoke flavor, it now starts to cover things up.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, I get tons of minerality. It almost smells like it sparkles. It smells like effervescent, like Sprite.
Yeah. That raw meat experiment, dude. Maybe we can sponsor his his thing.
Yeah.
It says $25 a meal, and he'll add you, he'll follow you back.
Okay.
And he'll tag you in in a post.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Sponsored by Sultan or like.
Yeah, I need to
coffee.
figure out what he's gonna have. Like,
But he has Gerolsteiner on it too.
oh, I like him.
I know, right?
I like the raw meat experiment quite a bit. There's a guy on Instagram who just eats raw meat.
It's just so
And it's just
intriguing.
like, yeah,
I'm
he'll-
fascinated.
And he's really ballsy too, because he'll eat like ground beef. He'll
Yeah.
eat like whatever, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, geez. And he hasn't gotten.
But
sick
he
yet,
has a way with
apparently.
words too.
Yeah.
He just calls like the raw eggs like slonkers and
Slonkers,
stuff.
and
Yeah,
just,
it's,
like-
I love it.
It's slightly homoerotic, like at times, like. But hey, I mean. All right, so I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna give it an initial taste,
Okay.
and then what I'm gonna do is the retro nasal. If you remember that technique.
Inhale, drink, and then exhale through the nose.
Yeah, inhale, swish around your mouth.
Okay, swish.
Swallow while your mouth is still closed.
Okay.
And then exhale through the nose.
Okay.
So we'll give it just the first regular little palate introduction. Oh,
That's
it smells-
nice.
Oh, wow.
That's not harsh at all.
That's so good.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so much going on here.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be done at room temp?
Yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
drink it neat.
Yeah.
Just-
well,
you
neat,
just-
but like
yeah.
not chilled or not. Okay.
No, I mean, chilled is going to mute it
Interesting.
because your
Okay,
tongue
okay.
can't perceive cold things as well. That's why, like,
okay.
melted ice cream tastes sweeter than cold ice cream
It does.
because
Oh.
the coldness numbs your tongue.
Interesting. What does that mean about cold brew?
I mean, it numbs your tongue. So, like, regardless, like, the colder a drink is, the less you can taste it. It'll make it taste more focused.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll make it
Okay.
taste more. I mean, if it's garbage, cold brew is gonna taste just like focused garbage. But, if it's like, garbage water, no. But no, but if it's good cold brew, it'll just taste a little cleaner.
Okay.
But and then if it's warm, you've had warm cold brew before. It tastes kind of like flabby, because your
Yeah.
tongue is able to get through there and kind of navigate it a little more clearly.
Okay.
So if you really want to expose something transparently, you drink it room temp, or even warm.
Justine and I were in the sake club, thanks to Dila at Condini, and the last month they gave sake that we should warm up.
Yeah.
So we
That's
haven't
fun.
we have yet to try that. So did you do the retro?
I just did it right there.
Oh,
This is very
that's
cologne-y.
nice. I gotta do that again.
Did it fill up your head? Like, I felt like
No,
it
because
just...
I think I exhaled before I swallowed.
Oh, okay. I feel like I just got waterboarded, like, into, like, just luscious smells and flavor. It's, like, really...
Okay.
It's like a commercial. It's like 5 Gum.
Yeah.
And it's got a spearmint note to it. It's got, like, a very nice minty finish. Really clean spearmint finish. Liking that quite a bit.
It fills your head on the exhale.
Exactly. On the exhale, it fills
That's really good.
It fills your entire head.
That
Like,
was probably the first time I had a.
a real retro nasal.
Yeah.
yeah. And that's the thing, like mezcal. I think mezcal has the best retro nasal experience
Wow.
of any drink I've ever had.
Do you do that with everything?
I do. By far. It's not even close.
That's cool.
It's not even close. Like,
I love. Everyone's got to try that.
you have to drink mezcal.
Try that retro nasal, guys.
For the very,
Woo.
just the retro nasal is worth it. Because, like, I mean, wine, cognac, coffee, like everything. I do retro nasal with everything. Nothing compares to this.
Interesting.
And it's like, it's so good. Like, and you can't really experience, like, I can't put it into words where you would even be like, oh, wow. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You have to try it.
Gotta try it.
And it really allows you to differentiate. Like, that'll be the differentiators, the retro nasal. You'll be able to pick up a lot of things on the tongue. You do so much tasting with your nose. It's crazy.
Yeah, a little more last time. Yeah, I definitely understand that spearmint and experience what it tastes, what it feels like to chew 5 Gum.
A little bit of cinnamon on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, just really nice, delicate cinnamon. This one's up there, too. It's 51% ABV.
How fast do you exhale?
I like to just give it, like, a little push. I don't go... It's like...
Okay.
Just let it kind of, like, waft out. And
Sure.
it just, like, It fills your whole head up with just.
It does.
Yeah, you feel like it's in your eyes. You know, it's like it's everywhere. You picking up on anything else? I'm gonna save a little bit of this for back and forth, but we'll go on to number 2.
No, mainly that spearmint. I didn't get that. What'd you get at the end?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. I didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe because like the spiciness of it, but yeah, not.
I mean, cinnamon is like spicy.
I know. Yeah.
Let me pour you up first.
Gotcha.
All right. So the next, I keep wanting to call it varietal because that's like the coffee terminology.
Is it not?
I don't know the terminology so well yet, so I'm just gonna like lean on just calling it agave because that's ultimately what it is.
Yeah.
Until I get more acquainted with what the terminology is. I know I've heard the word maguey, Maguey, and that seems to also refer to the agave itself, like on a kind of varietal level. But I'm not gonna throw around terms that I don't fully understand yet. So I'm just gonna say the agave, and this one is Tobala, which is like kind of, it's got the reputation of being more light floral citrusy.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that actually plays out. Oh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh.
Light floral and citrusy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so different.
Yeah. It's more like peach juice, like right off the bat, like peaches or pears, like macerated. Smells like kava.
I haven't had the kava we talked about last time. It's a wine or that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I gotta bring that tea for you.
Okay.
Also named kava.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were getting confused when we were talking about it.
Like,
I was
oh,
like,
kava, that's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's like truth serum.
There's a tea and a wine called kava. So, you picking up on anything like particular?
No, I mean I don't know. I can't even pick out. It's fruity to me, but
Okay.
I can't even pick out like.
Yeah.
It's like it's a light fruit.
Gotcha.
But,
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting like macerated like pears,
Okay.
peaches, that kind of thing.
Yeah. It also still tastes like or smells like nail polish.
It definitely has like a little bit of that like nail polish.
Yeah.
Like it's like it is like going to a nail salon. Like you just walk in and it's like. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's like, what if you were a chemist but you enjoy mezcal?
I bet they would like geek out on the specific
Yeah.
like molecules.
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Mm.
No, there was a scene where he walks into the lab and it's like a Kyoto setup times 100.
Mm-hmm. It's like a Kyoto into a Kyoto.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you have a Kyoto now, right?
It was great. Well, so we've had it.
Mhm.
It was Justine's housewarming gift in her last place.
Gotcha.
And honestly, we've probably made it 3 times. But
Okay.
but she's already picked up on it, and the batch came out really nice. I gave it
Nice.
to a friend, and he is someone that enjoys strong coffee, and he had the concentrate. He just didn't.
Okay.
He didn't even dilute it.
What do you remember? What coffee you guys use?
Bridgeport.
Okay.
That's our go-to.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, if you ever have any questions about how to troubleshoot or like
Yeah.
dial it in, then
Do you ever put extra volume in the top? Because some of that is gonna. Because not all of it comes through the grounds.
you have to open it more so that the whole thing comes out.
No, the whole thing does come out
Mhm.
of the top.
Mm-hmm.
But does any get left in the grounds?
Oh, it has to. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I mean.
But that's it. You account for that.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. So do you do a little more? Like if she wanted 8 servings.
Oh,
Do you go
no.
No, you don't want to, because that's diluting it. Then.
Yeah. No.
I got
yeah.
you. I got
I'll
you.
give you the whole rundown because there's like a strict ratio.
I had a feeling that was the answer.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay. So we did it right. We did it.
Okay.
She didn't add more volume.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have about 6, 7 servings around.
Okay. I'm gonna put you in a mode where you don't even think about servings anymore.
Oh.
You're just gonna think about input, output,
Sure.
because it's an equation.
Sure.
That's how you make it taste good. Is you treat coffee like an equation, and servings doesn't matter anymore. Like,
Okay.
Don't even think about servings. Just think about output.
Okay.
And you can then translate the output into the servings.
Okay.
So you're like, oh, if I want to have like 4 servings of coffee, that's gonna give me a 2 ounce per person output. So I need 8 ounces of output total.
Mm-hmm.
And you just Don't even worry about the servings. Just think about the output, and then okay, based on that, what my input's gonna be.
Also, because people have different servings.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're better off just saying I need this much coffee.
Yeah.
And then just thinking about that in everything's in grams. I just said ounces because you're talking about serving size, but literally you're just like everything's in grams, and you just take it from there.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm glad I took that time off from this too, because there's something that's like almost kind of, whoa, there's something that smells like cider.
Like funky?
Yeah, like legit cider. Like full on cider. Like if you told me this was cider and I was blindfolded, I'd believe you. That's incredible. All right, let's get in there and. Wow. It's like all smoke on the retronasal though.
Yeah. It's hard to pick something out.
It's like, but it lingers. I'm still tasting it.
Yeah.
Super sweet. Like my lips are just all like super sweet. Like I can still taste it on my lips.
It's in the back of my throat.
Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of like a kick in the back of the throat. Yeah. It's lower ABV, so this is only 46.2% compared to the other one, which is still up there. Yeah, it's definitely got a lingering throatiness to it, which is nice. Like, it's kind of warming in a way. Like, I can feel it just warming up, like, all the way down my chest. Still tasting it, though. Like, still got that sweetness. And now it's actually kind of transformed a little bit into more of a, like, pine kind of flavor.
My tongue's just numb.
Yeah, I think pine does that to you. Pine will numb you. Pine.
Would you recommend someone go straight into mezcal or start in tequila?
Well, I mean, so tequilas are mezcals, like kind of by definition. It's almost like the conversation we had about cognac.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like all cognacs are brandy, but not all brandies are cognac.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like all tequilas are mezcals, but not all mezcals are tequilas.
Mm.
So it's like if you want something that's like a little more, and it's based on kind of like a regionality, like I think it's Jalisco, which is the main producer of tequila, but there's like maybe I think 4 other regions that are allowed to give it that name, tequila.
Okay.
Adam will definitely let me know if I'm wrong about that, but if you want a little more of a kind of uniform, crisp, more experience, I would probably say tequila. That's based off of like my lay person knowledge. Like when it comes to this stuff, I'm truly a lay person. You guys are watching me develop like in real time, from a person who knew nothing about mezcal to a person who knows virtually nothing about mezcal.
Nice. Yeah.
But it's really, I'm pumped about the category. Like I think it's really gonna blow up, quite frankly.
Okay.
Because it's that good. It might be so good that it actually goes under the radar because a lot of people won't even be able to just kind of see how good it is because you, with these things, you need a palate. Like, just there's no way to get around it. And it's like,
that's what I mean. So, like, how do you escalate your palate to then eventually appreciate mezcal? Or do you just keep drinking mezcal?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because, like, if you think about it, smell and taste are one of those things that are, like, so visceral to the person. Like,
only way to do it is just to do it.
Yeah. Only way to do it is to do it. And it's like, when it comes to smell and taste, the only thing I can do is guide a person and help them kind of recognize and focus. Like, I'm good at training people into how to see their own palate and to become familiar with their palate and to become buddies with their palate. But I can actually never know what it's like to have their palate.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
It's like knowing what it's like to be a dog. You really don't know because their sense of smell is on a completely different level to where that is like another set of eyes for them, basically. It's how they navigate the world. And there's a big disparity in humans. Not as big as the disparity between humans and dogs. Among people Like, I know a lady who, like, for example, loves my coffee, has no sense of taste or smell.
What?
Yeah. She's got, like, some genetic issue. She's just like, oh, it's, like, really smooth on my tongue, you know, like, she likes the feel of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But she has no sense of taste or smell.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, she was, like, almost blew her house up one day because she couldn't smell that there was, like, a gas, like,
Oh,
somebody,
shoot.
didn't turn off the gas all the way
Yeah.
on the stove.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then you have people who, like, I don't know how far out onto the other side I go, but, like, my nose is real sensitive. It's kind of, like, obvious that I have, like, a really, really sensitive nose. Like, I was able to tell that you had coffee just by you walking in the door.
What?
Remember I asked you, like, you had your morning coffee?
Well, I thought you asked because you were going to give me coffee.
No, you smelled like coffee.
I smelled like coffee?
Yeah, as soon as you came in there, I was like, he's had a coffee already. Yeah, that's why I asked you.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's why they call me Justin Doggett.
I never thought of that. Wow.
Whew. Man, it's just got like so many layers. I'm getting like gooseberries now. Like,
I got something more berry in
Yeah.
that smell. I don't think I've ever smelled gooseberries though.
they're really interesting. So it's like a cross between a tomato and a pineapple in terms of flavor.
Interesting. Oh wow.
Like very tropical, but then also kind of like herbaceous, like vegetal, like tomatoey, but like the small, not like the big tomatoes, like the little small cherry tomatoes. It looks like a orange cherry tomato.
Okay.
And then just imagine if one of those just tasted like pineapple too.
Wow.
They're pretty fire. My wife doesn't like them, but
Where do you get them from?
they have them at Whole Foods right now. They're like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if they're in season, but they're tasting mighty fine.
Yeah. It tastes different from the first smell.
I'm gonna actually go back to that first one too. Whoa. I'm picking up like a little bit of almost like meatiness from it, like sweaty leather,
Okay. Yeah. I see that.
like a basketball.
yeah.
Yeah.
A handmade bag.
Yeah, it smells like a basketball almost a little bit, like a relatively new bat, not like one of old like peeling off like funky ass basketballs, like a pretty new basketball, but whoa. I'm gonna come back to that. I had just like this sensory recall that hit me like so hard, and I just lost that thread, like,
Yeah.
because I want to recall it, like,
Yeah. Just save it for later.
when you taste something. Man, it's hitting me so hard right
Crazy
now.
how it's just changing after giving it a break.
There's something in my history that I tasted that's just like that, and I'm gonna recall that. All right, on to number 3. Wow. That's the thing too, like, smell is so emotional. Like, have you ever smelled something that just reminded you of like a moment in your life?
Same thing with music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just hits you in a certain way where you get like that goosebumpy feel.
Well, it takes you back.
It takes you back, and you're just like, geez, I remember that.
Remember what you were doing,
Yep.
who you were around,
Yeah.
where you were. Yeah.
Yeah. I had such a crazy childhood too. Like when it hits me, it's like super hard because I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Reminds me of being homeless now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
shit.
reminds me of being homeless.
Like hotel to hotel or homeless, like
Like
under
nah,
the bridge
like sleeping in the
homeless?
car homeless.
Sleeping in the car
Yeah.
homeless. Okay.
Bouncing around with relatives, but yeah, sleeping in cars, like all kinds of shit. Sleeping in flop houses.
With your mom or
Yeah.
with your okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. You don't smell this. Okay. So the
Oh.
agave type of this is called Madre Cuiche. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Okay.
So it's known for its like vegetal, floral, high minerality. And this one is a 46% ABV. It's got this crazy funk on it though. Like
Yeah, funkier than the last two, right?
yeah, it's like. You know what this smells like? It smells like menudo, a little bit, which I love. I love menudo.
It still has that like metallic like.
It's got that, yeah. It's got
smell.
that metallic like nail polishy kind of thing. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's just kind of yeah, one of those things that you get a lot in mezcal and tequila. It's got that tripe kind of smell.
Oh, tripe.
Yeah,
okay.
like menudo, pho.
I don't do tripe.
What?
Well, except for I know you were the last time.
Wait, you don't like tripe?
Well, before I had it with you, I don't like the chewiness. But when I had his,
really
when I
Chinese?
had his, I know, right? Sometimes I question. But it was like butter when I had menudo with Justin.
Awesome.
But yeah, if someone had a plate of just tripe,
Oh,
and it wasn't stewing, ew, really?
I'd be like an otter.
It wasn't. Oh no! And I'm sure many people would be
with
like
my
that
mouth
too.
open.
No, keep it away from me. Yeah. So, but that makes sense a little when I smell it.
Yeah, I still get that kind of tropical note though.
It's so weird.
What's up?
Well, you think like Asian supermarket and then tropical. It's just like
Yeah. It's like you walk in and there's just like a durian section.
oh
You know what I'm
no.
saying? It's like it's got that tripey kind of animal smell, and it's got like a little bit of fruitiness. It's like walking into an Asian or Mexican or like one of those markets where
Oh.
everything's just kind of out in the open.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Ooh. First initial taste. I'm just getting it on my palate right now. I'm not even like trying to explore it, but right off the bat, I get like this bubble gum, like this Bazooka Joe, really nice, just delicious bubble gum. Can't wait to do the retro nasal on it. But it just came right out the bat with like a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it wasn't as profound for bubblegum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what it was.
Like I get bubble gum and blue cheese at the same time. Like I get blue cheese in the nose, like that. You know that kind of chemical smell, like the blue cheese has. Is like in my nose right now, just like residing there.
I don't know what that is.
The retro nasal?
Yeah, yeah.
Straight cinnamon.
Really?
Straight cinnamon.
I would align more with that than bubblegum or.
A little bit of pepper, like maybe white pepper.
Okay.
Cinnamon, like just so much cinnamon on the retro nasal.
Wow.
Which I didn't really get up front. Like I got, what'd you get on up front? Like on the. Because I got bubblegum mostly up front, and then in the sinus I got blue cheese, kind of like the chemical-y.
No, I don't know. More cinnamon than anything.
More
no.
cinnamon? Like
Yeah.
just like across the board cinnamon?
Like a big red, yeah.
Okay, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yes, big red. Like, because that, like the bubble gum, the cinnamon, like it all kind of comes together.
Yeah,
Like when
that's
you
true.
said big red, that just like set me off where I was just like a prairie dog, like big red, yeah. That's what it is.
That's interesting.
It's big red. Like you nailed it. Like your descriptor is like.
But like, I wouldn't have thought cinnamon if you didn't say it either. So
That's what we do this for, though.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's my descriptor. That's not what it's about. It's about getting just more acquainted with your palate.
yeah.
That's it. Like
Yeah.
it's jazz, man. You just come and riff and like
That's
you
nice.
figure it out. You know, it's like no pressure.
I mean, if that cigar episode ever happens,
I
that'd
want to
be
do
cool.
that. Yeah.
Where's a cigar bar that you guys would go to?
I mean,
Unless you would just do it at a shop.
we'd have to figure it out. Smoking cigars outside sucks, because the wind will like
Destroy.
it just like will make it burn at a real weird
Interesting.
rate.
Yeah, faster.
Yeah, like faster, or it makes it canoe.
Oh no, I don't like
Yeah,
that.
and it's like smoking just in the wind, and then you accidentally blow someone in the face. Yeah, smoking outside is not fun. So we'll have to find some. We can't smoke here, obviously, but we'll find somewhere to smoke. There are like mansions that will let you smoke there.
What do you mean mansions?
Like mansions, like there are mansions in Chicago where you just go there. You can either bring cigars. You can bring cigars, and they charge you a corkage fee.
what?
on the
Are
cigar?
these people's homes?
They're like former homes of like F. Scott Fitzgerald type Great Gatsby motherfuckers, like from the the 1920s.
So someone runs it now?
Yeah, it's like a managed mansion. And
I've never heard of
you just
anything
literally
like this.
just find a room to smoke in, and then you go in there, a bunch of gents like.
Can you? Okay, we
puffing
got to
it up.
talk about this because
Yeah.
I'd love to like rent it out just to take pictures.
So yeah, if they have like a room that's a little bit more secluded, that allows you to kind of talk the way we're talking without pissing everybody else off, that's probably a natural fit. Maybe finding like you can smoke outside as long as you can block the breeze. So if you're like in a courtyard or something like centralized, smoking outside is not as big of an issue. But then the video becomes an issue. So yeah.
Lav mics, man. I gotta get those.
Dang. And this has that and I want to be clear about this. I just like describe things. I don't say things like to be provocative or like to insult things because I fucking love this. It's really good.
The last one.
Like honestly, all of them. This
yeah.
last one, really great. I get a little bit of that like that urinal cake again. Like we talked about that in the cider episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the cheese episode. Yeah. Yeah. Probably the cider one.
Both make sense.
Yeah.
Like cider, cheese, they both can smell like urinal cakes at times. It's just one of those things that because you run into ammonia. Ammonia smells like pee. Mm-hmm. It's just a natural fact of life. I mean, they put horse pee on mushrooms when they grow mushrooms.
I didn't know that.
That's what they use as fertilizer, horse pee. Okay. They just spray it all on the mushroom. So it's part of life. But I do get a little bit of that kind of urinal cakey.
Interesting.
Which for me, I mean, I've smelled it so much at this point. It's like it doesn't set me off. It doesn't trigger me or anything. It's like urinal cake, Oh,
I wonder if it triggers anyone, or like it'll trigger them after you say that.
There's somebody who's gonna be triggered because everybody's like, there's always one person
not
who
the
gets.
drink I love.
Yeah, right. Not
yes,
mine.
I do enjoy the smell of urinal cake.
Yeah. Hey.
In a way, there's something primal about that too.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of the stronger smells you'll encounter in nature. Like, as a hunter-gatherer, right? You might be like, the deer went that way, and you're smelling its pee. That's what got us here. That's what got us on the moon. Is a motherfucker smelling deer pee on a branch. But people want to act like that's not how it is, but it is. All right, last one. You got a clean cup for me?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so the last one that we did was Madre Cuish, and this one is just Cuish.
Okay.
I don't know if
how do you spell that? Cuish.
Cuishe.
Okay.
It might be Cuixe too.
Oh.
Depending on how you transliterate it, And I don't know if the Madre part is like, oh, this is like a mother of the Cuish, or if they're like related or not in a really matrilineal kind of way.
Yeah.
Something for me to learn about. But I did kind of notice that, like, yeah, they shared that Cuish part, and then the Madre is like, okay. So this one's, it's kind of noted for high intensity minerality.
It's more intense than the last one.
It's pretty intense, yeah. It's like, and what would you, when you say intense, what do you think that means?
It's more floral.
Okay.
And it's lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's lighter, it's more profound in the lighter way.
Mm-hmm.
It was profound in the sense that I picked it up easier. It hits you faster.
Yeah, I think it's just got more like smell per inhale.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
it just
right.
It lends itself to being
potent.
It's more potent.
Yeah.
It's more like fragrant. And this one is 47.5% ABV.
Just a percentage more.
Yeah.
Right, last one was 45, 46.
Yeah, just like 2% more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Oh, man, wait a second. I'm getting a little bit of steak rub from this.
Really?
Yeah. Just like the black pepper, paprika, ancho, like rub with like some soy sauce. So you hit the meat with soy sauce, a little Worcestershire, and then hit it with the rub. and then you just smell that boy before you throw it on the grill.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting. That with nail polish. There's always nail polish, just like. Yeah, it's funny. It's like if your girlfriend smells like this, you're in trouble, man. Like, you're in big trouble. Initial, just like, because the way I like to taste is just get my palate kind of acquainted. Not really trying to dig in there, but initial thing is,
oh, what?
It's very luscious.
It disappears, actually. It doesn't have a long.
It really does kind of like.
It's sharp.
It's like.
Yeah. But it stays. Would you say?
It's luscious. Like the initial kind of like texture of it. Like when you just put it on your tongue, you're like, damn, this is kind of like nice and soft.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like a little roundness.
It hits the nose even on the tongue.
Mm-hmm. There are wines that are like this where like you taste them and then they just disappear.
Yeah, it's gone. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. This is probably like the least expressive of all of them.
Okay, all right. I thought I was the only one.
No. Yeah, no.
I'm like, I'm not getting anything. Besides the mezcal-y of it, it's just that smokiness of it.
Yeah, it's got like the little smokiness. It's got the little burn.
Yeah.
Down the throat. That's nice. There's something else here, almost like corn.
Which is already very subtle.
Yeah, like fresh corn, like sweet corn.
Yeah.
Are you getting that? Not really. Even the stalk, like, have you ever had corn husk tea?
Mm-mm.
Like you take corn husk and you toast them and then you steep them in water.
Okay.
And drink it like a tea.
Why is that a tea?
It's just a thing.
I never knew. It was in what culture?
Japan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never heard.
It's like more of a northern Japan
Is it
thing.
a specific corn or is it any corn husk?
I mean, whatever the predominant, like the corn in Japan is like really, really sweet.
Okay.
What, like the things you'll notice, not to make this about Japan again, but I love Japan. The corn, the milk, and the butter on a different level in Japan.
Cool.
Totally on a different level. Like the milk is so fragrant.
In an animalistic way?
Yes. It smells like animal and it smells really sweet. And it's real good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Kind of like your A2?
It's like the A2.
Yeah.
But like turned up even more.
Okay.
And the butter is the same way.
Okay.
Cheese in Japan is terrible. Like they don't get good because the best cheeses are made in Europe. They don't get like great cheeses imported the way America does.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But their butter, locally produced butter, from like Hokkaido,
Cool.
So good. It rivals a lot of other butters like Canadian butter, French butter, like Japanese butter is actually incredibly good.
Okay.
But in any case, smells like I'm just gonna like just go complete off the cuff, like just what I'm getting, like as I get it.
Yeah.
Do it. Mesquite. Yeah, like when you go order ribs and you just walk in the joint for the first time. Like the initial hit you get.
Have you ever been to Lem's? I haven't been to Lem's.
I haven't been to Lem's. I've been to Leon's.
Haven't heard of that one.
Which like nobody on the north side knows about Leon's, but that's on 79th and Jeffrey, and it's like 79th and Stony Island.
Yeah. Okay. Leon's.
And that's like, I don't know if they're still open. I haven't been in that neighborhood in forever.
Okay.
But right where the Skyway to Indiana starts.
Yeah.
They're right there.
There's another smoked fish. What is that place?
Oh, Calumet Fisheries?
Yeah.
Yo, I used to catch garter snakes over there when I was a kid. That's where I lived. That's where I grew up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I used to like go in the woods with my friends and catch garter snakes and then sell them to kids as pets. And then we had to stop because we realized that when they became captive, they would stop eating.
Oh.
Yeah, and you'd have to like try to feed them because they would stop eating.
What would they eat? Mice or?
Like crickets, all kinds of stuff like that.
Things,
but yeah, we had to stop doing it because we were getting upset. Like they were dying.
Oh.
Because they would stop eating. They would just like basically lose their will to live.
Sure.
Because we like as kids, like we thought of it. Do you know Ed, Ed and Eddie?
Yeah.
So we were like Ed, Ed and Eddie, like, yo, we gotta hustle. We'll catch snakes and sell them to kids as pets, because kids like wanted snakes as pets. So we'll go through the woods and catch snakes. We caught an albino snake one time.
Oh wow.
But at a certain point, we the kids were like, the snake died, and we were like, what happened? Like it wouldn't eat, and we were like, okay, we have to stop doing this, because we were just getting kind of like, this isn't cool. But yeah, like we came up with that initial hustle, like, yeah, we'll sell snakes to kids and make money and get like candy or like that kind of stuff. And but yeah, Calumet Fisheries is where I used to right where I used to do that.
Cool.
It's like good but elusive at the same time.
Because it's gone.
Yeah,
so
as soon
fast.
as you try to grab it, it's like,
bye.
yeah. It's like trying to catch a Mew with a Pokeball. It's like as soon as you throw the Pokeball, it's just gone. It's like pew.
Yeah.
But there is something up front though that's just like really juicy and nice. I just can't put my finger on it. Quite frankly, like this.
That first one is like.
You getting the first one again? Yo, because I poured a fatty on the first one.
Well, it's like this is what it is. It's new car leather.
Yo, the smell isn't even the same at all.
I know it's not. It's just like it changes over time. You're at a dealership and you sit in a new car.
Bro, why is that first one like just incredible?
It's different every time. It's been different.
There are these fruit leathers that I used to buy.
What does that mean? What's fruit leathers?
It's just basically like
like jerky, but like leather. But fruit.
But fruit,
like fruit roll-ups, like thick fruit roll-ups.
Yeah, but like not like bullshit fruit roll-ups.
Right.
Real fruit, just pulped.
Yeah.
And then pressed.
Yeah.
This tastes like the mango fruit leather.
Yeah.
Like
add some tahini on there.
Yo. Why'd you literally just say what I was about to say? I was literally about to say this tastes like mango fruit leather with tahini.
Oh, it smells like that.
Yeah,
actually.
it tastes like because they're the ones that you would get that have the chili powder already on them.
Yeah.
Or like, you ever have the mango pops dipped in like ancho? It's like those. Man, holy smokes! I'm just having like real like flashbacks, like because the Calumet Fisheries, like all that stuff. That's the neighborhood I grew up in. That was a Mexican neighborhood. Like
it was.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a Mexican neighborhood.
Huh.
Yep. Like during my childhood, like from age 8 to 11, I lived in a Mexican neighborhood, and it was just like, it was awesome. It was dangerous. That neighborhood is dangerous, but it was really fun. A lot of new flavors. Like that was where I fell in love with tamarind for the first time, because I got the shaved ice, and like in the black neighborhoods, the shaved ice would be like cherry, grape, blue raspberry, stuff like that. Yeah. And then they're like, oh yeah, we got like tamarindo, we got like mango, like all the different flavors. I was like, oh shit, like this is really good.
Yeah.
And like the tamarind, I felt like that was a niche pick, because most of the kids were still getting kind of like the strawberry, like kind of. I'm like, yeah, I want the tamarindo. Like that's
interesting.
That's where it's at right there. Damn. A little bit of cigar, a little bit of leaf. Like, it smells like a Dutch Master. Yeah, that first one.
Yo, I even got some tamarindo on this.
Oh, word?
On the retronasal.
I can see that.
At least, like, the shell of it.
I can see that. Yeah, the shell. Yep. When you just, like, smash that boy up and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
Hell yeah. Yo, I love this episode.
That was great.
We really went deep into the retro nasal, because Mezcal's all about the retro nasal.
Okay.
Like, you learn how to do the retro nasal technique, and then taste some Mezcal.
Go slow with it. Like, take your time.
Yeah. Just really let it just kind of fall out of your nose.
Yeah.
And you'll be just blown away. That by itself, honestly, is a reason enough to drink mezcal. Aside from which, if you want to join Adam's mezcal club, I don't know if he's accepting members right now. We'll see. But if he is, check it out. It's only $50 a month. You get 4 mezcals. A lot of them are
so hard to find.
Really hard to
find.
Not
just hard to find, but like they're instead of buying the whole bottle, right?
Instead of
yeah.
And maybe get together with a friend. This is enough for we didn't even finish this bottle.
Yeah.
And you can pour yourself up pretty fat. We're obviously lit right now. Have a little fun and develop your palate. So,
thanks, Justin.
Yeah. Thank you, Vic. And thanks, Adam, for making this all possible. Can't wait to collab with you more in the future.
Yes.
We're going to have to get on our Action Bronson tip and hit the gym a lot because we're going to be drinking way too much alcohol. So, thanks for tuning into this episode, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace. Yeah, what if we did Retro Naser with like Capri Sun or High C?
Yo, I'm going to do that. Like an Ecto Cooler. Be like... I shake the shit out of this because I got the extra pulp.
Extra pulp.
Like not just with pulp, extra pulp. Like because I love to chew mine.
I wanna floss my teeth.
Yeah. I wanna be like just eating a fucking orange. So the reason we're having orange juice here is because we just brush our teeth and we wanna no. So there's this big challenge, or it's not even a challenge. It's just like this thing going on now where people are having the orange juice and espresso combo on social media. As you can see, we have our lovely espresso shot pulled. Some shot of the Purple Label Apollo. And I'd never actually tried this. It has been a thing for a while. It's just, how these things come and go on
Where
social
did it come
media.
from?
I don't know.
Did a barista do this? Did a barista or like a TikTok influencer?
I feel like it was a barista. This was before TikTok.
Oh.
Like this popped off before TikTok.
Oh.
I mean, it popped off before Instagram or before
this is
not
a thing.
Instagram.
I've never heard of this thing.
Before Snapchat existed.
Okay.
It's been done before. I want to say like maybe 2014 or something like that is when I first heard about it. And I saw it and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like,
Gimmicky?
It seemed gimmicky, but some people who I respect said that it actually tastes good. So we're just going to give our take on it. Quick hot take on the OJ and espresso. I'm going to find a way to make an OJ Simpson joke out of this at some point. But for now, we're just going to try it.
Just do a little stir.
Yeah, I think you give it a little swisheroo.
This is wild.
The Swizzero. Looks like Dookie water.
Okay. Well.
L'chaim.
It's not the worst.
No, yeah, it tastes like chocolatey orange juice. Like orange juice, and it's like if you who had an orange juice flavor.
That's pretty good.
That's what it tastes like. It's like if you who made orange juice.
It's like the consistency of Yoo-hoo.
It's like
of chocolate milk.
Yeah, it's like with pulp. Because I'm a jerk.
But yeah,
because I'm a jerk and I got the pulp one. It's probably better without pulp, but whatever. I love pulp. I have to finish the orange juice in.
But is it worthy enough to like create like a go viral?
I think just the fact that it's orange juice.
Would you go out of your way to make this?
Absolutely not. Like, it doesn't taste as good as orange juice or as good as espresso.
Interesting.
It's just meh.
It has to be greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, it's just meh. Now maybe I threw out
the sum of the parts is greater than the parts.
Than the whole?
Yeah, then the whole is greater than the parts.
Yeah, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
Yes. Like a Transformer or a Power Ranger Zord. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go through the trouble of putting them together when they kind of taste better separate. Now, maybe there's a golden ratio that we have to find.
Yeah, there wasn't a 1-to-1 ratio.
I just eyeballed it because, I mean, there is no, like, recipe out there. Or maybe there isn't. I'm just an asshole. I don't know. It smells good, though. It smells like coffee.
Orange coffee.
Mm-hmm. I'd finish, but I wouldn't go out of my way to have this. So that's what I do. That's what I say. What about you, Vic?
Same.
Now you heard it. This is law.
Have you guys had this? I don't know.
It's whatever. Tastes like orange juice, kinda, with some chocolate.
Maybe like a chocolate bar with orange peels in it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, or like not even as
orange
good as
zest,
that.
Yeah,
not even as good as that. Like, but we're still drinking it though. It's like, so it's not that bad. Like, I'm gonna finish it. So, but I'm not gonna particularly be. After having the mezcal, I'm like, hey, this is doo-doo water compared to that. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna retro nasal this real quick.
Oh yeah.
Let me retro nasal.
Nothing.
I got oranges.
I got nothing.
I got oranges. Like, that's it. Like,
it doesn't fill my head.
Yeah, it doesn't like. Now you're gonna be like, oh, retro nasal everything. Oh my God, nothing's as good as the mezcal. It's like, yeah. All right, guys, thank you. Don't bother. It's whatever.
Oh.